In the previous episode, we fought a huge 800 troop field battle, tried hard to get our workshops profitable, and leveled companions through easy bandit fights. We also hired Abu Andrew, Amino, and Galahad Periwinkle. But first, let's scour the area, see if we can spot anybody we can pick off, because it'll help us get some charm XP as well. They seem to be up north, so we might even have free reign down here. Oh, they're at war with Asarai too. I didn't even realize that. Asarai, Northern doesn't count, but Vlandia and Asarai, so they're split. This would be a perfect time to do some raiding then. Actually, they're pushing into us. Let's back up. We'll keep the hill. And we'll also shield wall up. Yeah, I don't really want to split our guys. Probably not a big deal, but it is a detail I don't want to overlook. Now these guys are a little bit better equipped and better trained than the looters we just fought, so we do have to be a little bit more cautious. We just keep moving out slowly. Their archers aren't really doing much. We can get our cat back there if we don't want to deal with it. So let's inch up again. Oh, here's our cav. That's not where I wanted you to go. I didn't realize they were directly behind us. That's fine. Alright, let's just charge, and then we'll let the cav do the thing. Oh, back of the head. One injury, that's not bad. Yeah, cav did pretty well. Infantry did very well. Valen actually got 5 that time. Nice. And then a bunch of people got 2 and 3. This is a solid result. Only 7.5 influence, so it's not the best for making money, but I guess it's good. We'll do some raiding. Actually, let's yeah, we'll take the prisoners and then we can dump them if we start getting chased. All right, no upgrades. Looks like our gear is tip-top shape right now. Let's go ahead and put a point into leadership. Let's max that out next. We are getting XP there because some of our troops are regular. Yeah, I was gonna say non-bandit troops. I think mercenaries still contribute to leadership, so we should be good there. Whoa, a mad uprising. That is a lot of troops. Decent crazy man. I think these are mostly low tier, but that's a lot of them. I've never seen it that big. I wonder if that's worth fighting. We would definitely be surrounded, but if we can find a choke point, we'll have a significant quality advantage, I'm pretty sure. Alright, raid was successful, and we got a ton of stuff from that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to get rid of some grain. We're not overburdened, actually. And we got 196 grain. Yeah, that's a lot. But let's keep moving. There's a noble. There we go. Let's go pick her off. Viviana. And they might have reinforcements. Yep, they got reinforcements. So they actually turned to fight this. They think they're in a better spot. Now, kind of an awkward spot to just stop, but let's check on our linen weavery. So it's actually gone down quite a bit. Pottery shop seems steady. Olive press is doing really well. Not really well. I mean, it's not doing well, but it's doing okay. It's at least not losing money. So I'm wondering why this is going down so much. Yeah, those shop wages are pretty tough to overcome. It's 1,600 every week, but that's all right. It looks like our caravans are doing pretty well. 328, 315, that's a solid number. And our mercenary contract is starting to fall off. Although they're paying us good money, we're only getting 2, and that's paying 500. So we're getting 250 from the mercenary contract. We need to buff up our influence really fast, take advantage of it while it's high. So hopefully we don't, hopefully we don't die in this battle. That would be a shame. They've got a lot of infantry. And, oh, these are actually really strong top tier guys. So this might not be an easy battle for us. Normally it's just cav that's the big concern, but in this case it's actually not the cav, it's the infantry, and they're a little bit harder to deal with. There's not really anywhere to hide here. So we'll stay in the open. With a couple good cav charges, we should be in good shape. So we'll go shield wall, we'll go 2 ranks deep. We'll get the archers on a flank. Let's go on the left side actually. Cav will be in the back. We'll try and use the cav to take out their archers first. They only have 3, so it won't be hard for us to do. Yeah, let's try and inflict some pain before their infantry lines meet. There we go. We got a couch lance out of it, and Lort got a kill too. Very nice. All right, this is the noble. Let's take out the noble. Oh, we knocked her off her horse. Let's get that horse out of here. Nope, she's gonna get back on it. Oh, we're taking her apart. Nice. We got her. Actually, that wasn't their noble. So now it's just infantry and cav. And they are starting to charge our lines. Let's go back and deal with that. Alright, we can't have their cav free roaming in the back here. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, that's a noble for sure. I recognize that shield. Oh, extra large. Stab Viviana right in the face. Good shot. Alright, they've got a handful over there. They got 4 over here. Let's deal with these. And in between charging... Oh, we got him off his horse. In between charging, we can also go back and try and get a charge in on their shield wall. Alright, the line's met. We need to get back and help. That's fine. He's on foot. He's not going to do much. Alright, let's try and get a nice charge here. So they're going to be coming in like this. Let's do it. Oh, he blocked it. Alright, Cav did pretty well. We got 2 kills off of that. Let's actually cycle charge. We're going to go at almost like an infinity sign. So we're going to come in at a slight angle. And we're going to peel away. So we don't get stuck. Although we should probably do it a little bit further so that these guys can actually get in there. We didn't let them get in there in time. So let's try it again. Just like this. Oh, and we missed. Alright, Cav are going to get a nice charge though. That's 3 kills. Beautiful. We're whittling them down. We're losing our troops, but I think they're losing faster than we are. There we go. We got a good charge on that one. Yeah, look at that Cav. Just completely destroying these guys. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We're going to give the infantry charge command. They're severely outnumbered at this point. We might as well just go in. Alright, Cav can just charge. And let's keep these guys from couch lancing our guys. Oh, they're sticking together. This is making it a little bit trickier. Alright, get him, boys. Somebody stop that horse. There we go, we got one. Ooh, we hit him really hard at the end. We hit him like 20 times. And the last one did 130 damage for some reason. Alright, that was a very successful battle. I think it's interesting because usually Cav get countered pretty easily. But if you use them in the right situation, it seems like they can completely dominate. And then the infantry are really strong on defense. I guess you can use them offensively pretty well too, but maybe with shock troops. Because it seems like anytime we sit back and stay in shield wall, they take more damage than we do. Because they definitely had better troops than we did, but between the Cav and the front line, we did better. So let's see what damage it is. Hopefully we didn't lose anybody. Alright, 2 dead, 5 injured, and no companions. Nice. So we lost 2, it's a tier 3 and a tier 4. So definitely losses we can sustain. And look at this. 4 kills from Anas. And they didn't have low tier troops. So these are all like very high value targets. Lort with 3. Extra large with 3. And then the infantry all pitched in a bit. Abu, Adru, Amino, both with 3. This is really good. But if you look at the skill gain, like Valen, 14 polearm, 15 athletics, that's insane. Because that's what happens when you fight against these high tier guys. Every hit that you land just gives you so much XP. So a couple more battles like this and our guys are going to be in really good shape. 55 influence, we'll take it. That's going to be a lot of money. And we're definitely going to let them go. We'll take 6 more charm and 5 more charm. We're almost at 100. You know, we should probably only take the high tier ones. Let's actually take tier 5 and above. We'll give up a little bit of money. Maybe tier 4. Because we don't want to be too slow either. So we'll hang on to these guys. And I'm really excited to see the gear. Yeah, a lot of upgrades. And we already had really good gear, but it's even better now. And actually that last little bit pushed us over the edge. So we're at 100 charm. And we're going to go probably same gender. And for this one, we'll go defense. We'll do plus morale for defense. Not really worried about converting prisoners. We're just almost never going to do that. Let's heal up a little bit before we raid because we don't heal while we're raiding. So let's hang out for a minute. And we got declared on by... Oh, we got another rebellion. Calradia. So that'll slow us down a bit. I'm kind of hoping the enemies take back. By the time we become a vassal or start our own kingdom, I would love to go up a superpower. You know, I don't want to just steamroll everybody. So it would be really cool if that happened. So let's go ahead and raid. They are going to defend. They've got a decent amount of troops. So we'll rely pretty heavily on our melee troops. I think we'll charge their back line. If they're taking up position in the hill, let's actually get to this left side. We can straddle the hill with them. And that'll take away some of their height advantage. Alright, let's go ahead and give infantry the engage command. And let's already get our ranged units set up on the hill here. I think somewhere like right here should be good. Probably won't need to move them. Let's get our cavalry on the right flank. And as soon as the infantry get there, we will start to charge. And we can draw some of the arrows. I want to keep the arrows off of our infantry. They're a bit more vulnerable. The cav will mostly get hit in the horse. So horses are tough. They can handle getting shot. Now, as soon as they leave their I was gonna say, as soon as they leave their position, we're gonna have these guys sit tight. We'll go shield wall. Oh, I can't see where the formation ends. Come on. There we go. So that should be good. They'll be in good shape. Let's go ahead and charge their archers. We don't even need to couch lance. These guys are one-shots. Just because they're so low armor. Oh, man. One charge and they all ran. That's the power of having that perk. That perk that increases the morale damage by 20%. Yeah, they don't stand a chance. Oh, their infantry got busted up too. Let's get everybody in here. Actually, they still have an archer. I didn't realize that. The battle's not ending. I think they have somebody stuck somewhere. It's not showing them on the map. Let's let our cab go. Show us the way, boys. No? Okay, I guess not. It was probably somebody fleeing from that direction. Alright, not really worth looking at much. Interesting that of the infantry, Phil Johnson got 5. Nobody else really got much there. Abu got 2. That's kind of strange. And then obviously the cav just completely dominated this match. Hugo and Jeff with 5. Really, really strong performance there. Only 8 influence. Like I said, these are easy battles, but pretty interesting to see. And we'll raid this place. Oh, the Batanians declared war on us. Now that shouldn't affect our gang alley, right? It does not. Yeah, so we should be good there. Whoa, wait a second. What happened? Our workshops are in the dumps. Linen Weavery barely making 40. Pottery Shop making 72. And then the Olive Press is the only one doing well now. What is going on with that beef? Oxhall 4,400. It's still gaining prosperity though. I don't know why it's not doing well. That's fine. All right, we will probably have to fight this.
Well now,
yep.
stranger.
Now they've got a huge advantage, but I think a lot of that will probably have to do... Oh no. I was going to say a lot of that would probably be from cavalry because that's usually what these guys have. This is all infantry. Pezikos? I don't know if those... Let's take a look. Okay, no, those are only tier 3. What is going on? Why does it say they're so far ahead of us? They do have some of those Skolder Broda troops, which are really strong, so it could be from that, but this balance of power should not be that out of whack. Now, we don't want to use a choke point because we're going to have to rely pretty heavily on our cavalry. So what I might want to do is we might want to get down to that field. That'll give us really just free reign with our cav if we can get there in time. I don't know where they're going to start, so let's see. Yeah, they're kind of competing for that area. Let's try for it. Yeah, we'll get down here in time. This is enough. So what we'll do is let's actually set up archers on the hill. It's not much of a hill, but I guess it's better than nothing. Infantry will be here. Let's get cav on the right flank just out of the way. Let's just not get in the way here. They've only got a single archer and a single cavalry. Everything else, it's all those top tier melee infantry.
Form a wall! Infantry!
Now we're going to need to shield wall this for sure. And we're going to have to go single file at some point because their line's going to be pretty long. Oh man, that was so cool. So we took out the camel and the camel fell right into our right into our lance or into our shield wall's lance. So let's deliver some couch lance here. They're not fully committed, so let's hold off. All right, now we can start charging. Nice, we got a good couch lance there. Cavalry are doing some charge damage. They're only 1 kill there. That's a little concerning. Let's try it again. We have to try and free up this left flank. Let's just get in there. Oh, we're getting stuck. All right, crashed into him. Took out 3. That's promising. Our line's holding. We're losing troops, but we're holding. All right, let's gather back up. We got one guy stuck in there. Crap, we need to get in there and help him out. Yeah, he's getting stuck. All right, let's couch lance in the back and break right through. All right, we got our guy out. Let's get out and let's just keep cycle charging it. We're just going to do this in a nice circular motion here. So they are charging this end. Let's make sure that we don't lose that flank. I missed my couch lance. All right, they are really going heavy on this flank. So we're going to keep charging that flank. We should probably slide our troops over. Let's just keep couch lancing. Oh, he blocked from behind. What the heck? Alright, we lost the cav. We're losing some infantry. Let's try and end this before we lose anything else. Alright, that was a good charge. Let's circle around again. Let's do it again. We gotta keep hammering these guys. This guy in the end's not looking. Oh, beautiful. Even that full speed couch lance did 22 damage. That's how much armor these guys have. That's insane. Alright, they're pretty much dead. Let's go ahead and give them the charge command. Oh, and I forgot they have a single archer over here. Not a good one. It looks like a tier 2 maybe. Oh, I missed. Somebody not gonna miss. Nice. Anas got him. Okay, let's see what we got. We only lost one troop. Quite a few injuries though. 8 injuries. We got a little bit lucky in the RNG there. We did have a few people go down. Extra large went down. Mia and Phil Johnson also went down. And these guys, whatever these are, did really well. I think those are our tier 3 units. I'm curious why they're getting so many kills. Pretty interesting. And then as far as Cav goes, not the most impressive as far as numbers, but I feel like we did a lot of damage without necessarily getting last hits. A lot of that damage was from charge damage, like trampling them, but really everybody did a good job. Everybody got tons of XP from it, so that's good. We're moving forward. And then from the infantry, Amino got 2 kills, Ulfnar and Gilles got 3 as well, so that's pretty good. And what happened here, Schmelly? You didn't even get a single hit. The only person in the squad that didn't do anything. Schmelly, the lazy elite, maybe? Alright, 63 influence, that's going to boost our income up by quite a bit, and Ilmir died. Interesting, so that's one of their nobles. But that's a minor faction, so they're just going to spawn one back in, doesn't really matter. We'll let this guy go, 5 charm from it. And again, let's keep collecting these high tier, we'll get at least the tier 6. And I don't, actually, you know, let's put the tier 4 back, we're not going to collect all these guys, it's just too much. If we can have all tier 4, tier 5, and then sell them all at the very end, we're going to make tens of thousands on that, and we won't have to keep going back and forth or get slowed down, so that should be a good option. Now we did get a little bit of gear. I don't think we're gonna have a ton of upgrades. Yeah, mostly for our infantry, so that's good. And we'll take the melee damage for our main character. Oh, we got 36 perks. Okay, now we're cooking. But I don't mind it. These are all perks and skills that we're actually using, so I don't mind it this way. We got everybody sorted. We can probably continue. Actually, let's wait a little bit. Let's heal up these guys. We only got 5 injured.
Halt.
Whoops. I saw him coming, and for some reason I didn't even think it was an enemy, but he went right for us. We still got a couple injuries. Hopefully these guys are in good shape too. I don't know who's injured and who's not. I think we're in decent shape here though. They have 10 cav, 4 horse archers, and the rest are mostly... The range units will get stomped. 40 infantry is a little concerning, but I think we can handle it. And in this case, we are going to take the hill. So we'll get a nice little shield wall going. Archers slightly off to the right. And then we're going to go roam with our cav and see if we can get some damage in. So let's go pick on their cav, see if we can exchange with these guys. Not if we miss our couch lance, though. Yeah, we wasted all of their horses. What is going on? Let's see if we can get a kill on these guys. Alright, they're still slowly pushing to our line, so we can take our time here a little bit. Justos. So we took out their noble. Yeah, there's all of them. The cav on this side are gone. Let's go pick off the rest. Yeah, we'll keep taking out the horses. Some of them are really unarmored. That's a pretty easy pick. This guy... Oh, just missed. Now they're still... Yeah, they're still not up to our line. Don't let this guy out, boys. Now, these are those dismounted cav. I think we took their horse out. Let's just take them out real quick. Alright, let's get away. We'll back out a little bit and let them get some separation. We'll take out the archers. Now, they're pushing in with both right at the same time. That's interesting. Okay, there they go. They're separating. All right, let's go in. Now, we'll continue to hold that hill. I don't think we need to move off of it. Oh, yeah, give me that crossbow. We want all the good crossbows. Oh, man. Look at how much... We knocked out so many people there. Alright, they're at a kind of a weird angle. We might want to do something about that.
Infantry!
Let's actually slide our infantry back up the hill a little bit and reposition so we're not at that odd angle. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, get rid of your horse. You're not allowed a horse. It looks like our line is still holding. Let's just keep focusing on the cav. Yeah, our infantry are getting a ton of XP out of this. Let's go finish off their archers. They've only got a handful left. Ooh, one of them's a crossbow. Shoot. Don't take him out. We want to take him out so you can get that crossbow. Beautiful. Alright. Cav, you're done. You got enough XP out of this. Let's see what the infantry are doing. Look at that. Not a body on our hill. We'll let the bodies roll down. It's like one of those Minecraft mob farmers. Everything just falling down. Well, it makes weapon collection easier from the bodies. Now, they do have something behind us. They've got a horse archer. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, well, it looks like somebody did the job for us. Alright, we can speed this up a little bit. Let's go ahead and push them down the hill. And they're going to retreat a little bit here and there. Let's get the cav to pick that up. They can't really deal with our infantry. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. So, let's see the damage. No losses. Yeah, kind of expected. They put a lot of emphasis on those infantry, and they don't really use them aggressively enough, I think, is the problem. And then, because we put our troops all the way in the back, it allowed us plenty of time to maneuver around and take out a lot of their cav. So, Lort with 5 kills there, that was pretty good. Ooh, Anamander with 6, that's really strong. And then, pretty decent kills all the way down, though. So, we'll take 45 influence. We're just going to be making a ton of cash from this. So, we'll let him go. And again, anything tier 5 and tier 6 we'll keep, but they don't have too much. We got a better mace for our main character here. Kind of curious to see how that is. But really, it doesn't really matter because we're going to be switching that stuff out soon when we start smithing. Now, hopefully we can finish this raid. This is like the 3rd attempt. 3rd time's a charm. All right, we got it, and the Northern Empire finally died. Thank goodness. Yeah, that was the one they had no fiefs, so they were just poking around. I'm kind of curious what happened to them. So let's look at the kingdom, Northern Empire. It says there's somebody still alive. Oh, a lady. So there's a lady still alive, keeping the empire alive, but maybe not. Strange. Harold Godwinson's still alive there. Ibn Halhawak, Suleiman's still alive. Yeah, so it looks like most of the empire people have been swapped out. Constantine's still around. Harold Sigurdsson is still around. William the Bastard. So it's pretty much just these two empire. 2 of the 3 empires lost their leaders. Our first cavalry has reached 275 riding, and polearm's not too far behind, but this will at least help with the charge damage. Now where to next? Actually, there's another big army right there. These guys probably want to fight. Yeah, that's that rebel faction. They're putting out a lot of troops. I'm kind of surprised. Saniopa. Oh, they lost. Is that a different one then? No, they lost their fief, so they're just roaming. Saniopa rebels, and we already took that back. Interesting. Well, might as well keep raiding. Yeah, they're pushing their lineup already. We can probably just come back here and destroy these guys. Alright, we'll peel off to the left, make sure we don't go into their shield wall. I forgot we left our infantry on shield wall, so they're taking forever to get up here. Oh, we lost the cav. That was really stupid. Yeah, we're not dragging them into the line, but sometimes they get a little wide for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's fine. We'll let the infantry clean up the rest. Yeah, we did 1 injury. Luckily, it didn't die. So Riddick, but pretty straightforward battle. Ooh, Vlandia did pass. Let's make sure. Yeah, forgiveness of debt. So they finally passed it. That should help against rebellions. All right, we got quite a few enemies on the horizon here. We got to be a little cautious. It's all infantry though. It's weird. Usually these guys have only cav. And then there's more infantry over there. I don't think we need to be too worried about it, though. We've held up pretty well against them, so.
Well now, stranger.
Okay, this guy wanted to come in by himself. What are you thinking? Like, we took on twice your numbers last time. Your early grave. Let's try and draw them in right here. So we can hold this little terrace. I'm hoping they come up straight through the middle, because there's just a tiny little gap for them to get up, and we can just hold that as a choke point. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Yep, they're coming in on this left side. So we'll set up right here. And we'll go shield wall. Infantry can follow. We'll start picking on them again. Alright, we can't afford to miss couch lances on this one. It may be hard for a cav to get in here because terrain's a little funky. Alright, there we go. We got a good couch lance. That was a top tier guy. Okay, we don't want these guys getting out. Start beating him with our new mace. I can't see squat. Looks like we pretty much routed him. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking on that. We actually had 3 injuries. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, these are our range units, so they did get into our back line a little bit, so good on them. But overall, we pretty much dominated them. 36 influence. Oh yeah, they got a lot of tier 6 units there, so they had some pretty serious units. That must have been why. But they didn't hold up. Really good armor upgrades here. I would love to fight some more of that. A lot of good perks. We're getting people close. We have quite a few with athletics 250 and a few with riding 250, so we're almost at 275. Now we do have 5 injuries. Let's wait before we start raiding again. Well, they're just going to keep attacking, so might as well. Let's actually go on the ground floor here. I don't think we need the height advantage. It doesn't really do us any good. We'll just put our archers back here and we'll push up a little. We'll skirmish with them for just a minute. Let's get our cab going. Let's get the flank. And we'll go shield wall. Oh man, that water's brutal. Can't even move. Alright, we want to get a glancing charge. We don't want to hit them flush and get stuck in the wall, so let's just go along the length. Alright, let's hit him again. And they are kind of piling up on this left side, but we have enough people to complete the wall. Yeah, we're losing people here. Alright, let's see if we can couch lance our way to victory here. Alright, we just need to get in there. And we killed their noble. Noble went down on that. Alright, more charge damage. Come on, boys, do it. They're not really doing it. They only have a handful left. That was costly. That was really costly. Oof, I don't know what we could have done there. Yeah, I know we took some losses. I saw a couple. I didn't realize we lost 2. Yeah. So we lost Amino and Valen. Both did really well in some previous battles, so kind of sad. No kills on this one, but yeah, we're losing 2 infantry here. So that's tough. That's tough. I was hoping to not lose anybody here, but that's how it happens. So 6 kills. We got a lot of high tier off of that, so we should be getting some decent gear. And then on the Cav, Anas got 3. Any kill here is huge because they only had 31 troops, and a lot of them were like tier 5, tier 6. So, I mean, I'm not surprised they did so well because of how good their troops were, but it just sucks. All right, so they had 15 tier 6. No wonder. I mean, wow, we should have probably lost more than that, actually. So we're mostly full of tier 6s. Let's go ahead and get these guys, let's get them to a town so we can sell them. Yeah, we're overburdened now as well. A lot of upgrades here. Actually, you know what? We need to reset that because I don't want to give anything to the people if they're dead. We can't take their gear, and we don't want them to get the new gear just in case they get an upgrade. So let's just pass on that. So Valen and Amino, you're getting buried in the middle of the map. I guess it's easier for people to come see your grave at least, but that's the life of a warrior. Let's get out of here. This guy's probably going to come attack us soon. So let's just back out. Now, we can go to Zionica. They're friendly, so we can sell the prisoners there. 6,200 is actually not quite as much as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a little bit more than that. And we picked up a ton of animals, and we don't need them all, so let's get rid of them. And just a bunch of random knickknacks. Let's get rid of this crap. So we'll take another 6k from that. I mean, that was, what, 3 battles worth of stuff saving up. So we'll sell all the animals and a couple trade goods. That'll give us 6k. And I did notice we had some upgrades waiting, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Yeah, our cav are getting some good stuff off of it. Looks like a lot of new helmets.